Great. Good morning. So how cool would it be to be able to invest in and earn a return in a small business in your community? My name's Larry Baker. I'm a co-founder of Bolstr. This is Charlie Tribbett, co-founder, and John Kinney, CTO. Bolstr is the first investment-based crowdfunding platform focused exclusively on Main Street small businesses and the only platform able to allow non-accredited investors to participate pre-Jobs Act. So how do we get started? Small businesses are struggling to access the capital they need to maintain and grow their businesses. Bolstr's innovative local approach empowers communities to invest in and support the local small businesses around them. Today, we're going to demonstrate how the Bolstr platform is simple, secure, and local. So let's start with a case study. Chloe Saunders is a small business owner located in Tampa Bay, Florida. She started her business 2 years ago, sandwich shop in downtown, and has seen steady growth, but has been unable to access the capital she needs to take her business to the next level. This is where Bolstr comes in.
So Chloe will first log into the Bolstr platform, and she's immediately dropped into a simplistic, step-by-step wizard that will navigate her through the creation of her crowdfunded private offering. She'll enter in some basic information about her business, complete a business plan, as well as provide disclosure to each of her investors through a required risk analysis. Now, John's going to go ahead and agree to this disclaimer for Chloe, and we're going to jump ahead and talk financials and deal terms. At Bolstr, we've actually talked with hundreds of small businesses, and we learned that small business owners just don't want to give up precious equity in the business they poured their blood, sweat, and tears into. They are also very fearful of burdening their business with debt because they know that they are seasonal and cyclical by nature. So what we did at Bolstr is we actually came up with a very innovative custom deal structure specifically for small businesses that enables Chloe to maintain 100% ownership in her business and to provide near-term payouts to each of the local investors in her community based upon the sales performance of her business. So let's take a step back and see how all this works on the platform. First, Chloe will enter in her fundraising goal. She'll then enter the percent of each sale that she'd like to share with all of her investors. And then she'll finally enter the number of years that she'd like this revenue sharing agreement to last for. You can see by hitting calculate, our summary table will automatically show her the impact of this revenue share to her gross margins. It'll also calculate the implied rate of return to each of her investors. Now, this is all based on the financial forecast that she provided below. The final step for Chloe is to select an attorney, and this is a very important element of Bolstr. We take a hyper-local approach to crowdfunding, and security and transparency is extremely important to us. This is why we built an innovative model where each campaign on Bolstr is reviewed by a local attorney in that small business's area. Not only that, but we took it a step further and pre-negotiated fixed flat fees with each attorney in our local network in every market that we launched in. This has reduced the cost of legal work by 70%. So once Chloe has an opportunity to view the attorney's profiles, she'll then select one. She'll have the ability to view the engagement letter directly on the platform and seamlessly sign that engagement letter directly on the platform. And with that, Chloe's off to the races.
Great. So we're going to take a few steps forward here and take a look at Chloe's campaign throughout the fundraising process. After she successfully submitted her business information and received approval from her local attorney, she'll be dropped into her campaign overview page where she'll be able to manage all aspects of the fundraising process. Here on the campaign overview page, she'll be able to monitor the campaign's progress. She'll be able to track individual investment commitments as they come in, as well as receive updates as to any recent developments through this activity stream. Now, we mentioned earlier that we came up with a platform that works in the current regulatory environment. That's because we've created a proprietary model that automates regulatory compliance. So, each transaction on our platform is facilitated through Regulation D, Exemption 504, which allows a small business to raise up to $1 million in a 12-month period as long as they comply with blue sky regulatory rules on a state-by-state basis and only solicit capital from folks in their community that they have prior substantial relationships with. So we've taken all of these massively complex rules and thresholds, built them into our platform, so as she solicits capital, it automatically calibrates to her capital raise, letting her know how to stay in compliance. So you can see here on the regulatory info section of our site that Chloe is able to tell the number of non-accredited investors that have submitted to her campaign out of the total allowed in a given state, the fees associated with any sort of compliance, the individuals that make up those commitments, as well as how much they've committed, as well as links to the specific documentation she'll need to file in order to remain in good standing. Now, within the Manage Campaign section, she'll also be able to track the dynamics of her investor base. Any individual that she invites to the platform will be displayed here. She'll be able to tell whether that person's received and opened the invitation, whether they're in review, or whether they've made an investment commitment. She'll also have the opportunity to invite additional investors to take a look at the opportunity throughout the life cycle of the fundraising process. Now, keeping with the theme of transparency, we wanted to create a comment board that allowed the crowd to be able to ask Chloe questions, as to what she's going to be using the capital for, and have her respond and have those answers be available to all the folks that have been invited to take a look at the campaign.
So, in closing, a few key takeaways for the audience. First, Bolstr is the first investment-based crowdfunding platform for Main Street small businesses that allows unaccredited and accredited investors to participate right now in advance of the Jobs Act. We've developed a proprietary compliance engine that allows a small business owner to easily construct and conduct a private offering with local investors in their community. What we've effectively done with Bolstr is built a new private capital marketplace for Main Street small businesses and their local investors to partake in. This capital marketplace is driven by transparency, near-term payouts for investors, as well as a hyper-local approach. So if you're a financial institution in the audience, come see us at our booth, as we'd love to discuss about ways to improve access to capital for small businesses. Thank you.
Thanks.